What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 67 of Cigars Unbanded. Tonight, we are smoking cigar number 3 out of the March pack from Small Batch. And tonight, we are joined by Small Batch Dave. Dave, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up, dude? Welcome.
Thanks for staying up late.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, I don't turn into a pumpkin. That's the goal.
Nice, man. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, appreciate you guys
for staying out, man.
This will be a good time. I know we got cigar number 3 starting it off with, and then we're gonna transition. A bunch of guys got Avowed, the new cigar that came out, so we'll touch on that later too. But let's check in with the chat, see how everybody's doing. We are missing Carpy. He's on vacation. He's going to be in Florida, currently flying, and I know, right? Poor Carpy. But Michael will be here in a little bit. I know a bunch of guys already smoked this cigar. I've got a couple of reports already, all favorable. So that's good for us. We'll see how this goes for everybody.
Nice. Starting off good.
It's enjoyable.
Also,
Johnny,
I don't know how many people.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how many people, watch the show and don't get to be a part of it. But that intro plays, guys. You get to see it. You get to dance to it. It's happening in real time.
That's right.
Super cool.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Jam.
It's pretty cool. Usually we get around like 120 to 130 people watching live, and then I know we discussed some people couldn't watch live with us, so they felt like we were revealing the cigar too early. So I waited till Monday morning. We gave them like the whole weekend to kind of catch up before I announced it. I think that worked well. Did you get any complaints this week?
No,
Okay.
that definitely helped. Yeah, and thank you for that. I know when we talked about it, I didn't want you to feel any pressure because this is your guys' thing. This is your baby. It's what you do. But It was really cool to see that criticism taken and then fixed and redone and made better. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to fix. I could totally understand not everyone can be here Thursday with us live, and if they wake up Friday and they're like, oh, let me go light up that cigar, and it says like Davidoff LE, it's like, shit.
Yeah.
So at least they get a couple days. What's going on, everybody in the chat?
Uncle Lou.
You can see the chat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll pop up any questions. If you guys have any questions for Dave, feel free to throw them up. Felipe and I will highlight them. We'll get them in the chat. Let's.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah, let's go.
How did y'all all come together? What's the story behind this?
Well, Cigars Unbanded started last January, and it initially was just myself, Felipe, and Roger. We were looking to kind of do a live stream, something fun together. And we came up with the idea of just sending blind cigars to each other. So we probably did the first, 40, 50 episodes like that, right? Or maybe less, 30-ish or so, because we're on 60 now. We've been doing the packs for a while. And it just kind of grew. People were tuning in to see what we were getting. And then, we partnered up with another retailer who thought we could maybe do a monthly pack for a while. And it turned out it worked well. And then, as the show progressed and more people were buying packs, tuning in, smoking along with us, we added in more panelists to the show because, we all became buddies throughout the year of just reviewing cigars, supporting each other's live streams and, channels. So, the rest of the guys slowly just started popping up on the show. And now we have a roster of 7 reviewers. And, we're up to close to 80 or 90 packs a month now, right? Is that where we're about out?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, it's around there.
More than 50, less than 90, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty dang cool. I know, speaking from experience, we do a blind review each week as well, and we have an internal blind review panel. And for years, we kind of kicked it around wanting to make that available to purchase. But it was inconceivable for so many years. But you guys already have a base that we can support. and it's kind of a launch pad, and it makes it work so much better because, as you can imagine, if you're taking cigars, removing the bands, packaging them, having to replace broken sticks here and there, you need enough volume to make it really the math work out. And so
Yeah.
I'm pumped because for years I wanted us to do something like this, and now we're able to support you guys, and it's exciting.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's really cool because of the community aspect of smoking a cigar with 50 other people on the live stream and seeing what they get. Like once we start going into like the thirds of what we're getting, it's just not the people on the screen that are giving the feedback. It's the other 40, 50 people that are with us live smoking. And a lot of times you'll see like, oh, wow, everyone is really getting the same stuff, or like, it could be all over the place. People are getting all kinds of different things, construction issues, different notes. So it really gives you a wider breadth of like what a cigar can offer you. And it's fun to see, like, because we know a lot of these people personally through the Discord. Newer smokers are getting certain things, more advanced smokers are getting other things. And it's kind of like a way to grow your palate with a bunch of people at the same time to explore all those flavor notes. But how long were you guys doing the blind reviews? Because I know you guys have been doing them for a while, right?
Yeah, I want to say, 6.5 years, I think. We might have even been 7.5. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, long time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So how does that work for you guys? Does someone unband them for you and send them out to you, or do you have like a roster of stuff you're going to get to?
Yeah. So we have a blind review panel, and for the longest time it was 3: Dom, Ted, and Rich. And then we added Ben, and then Ted, unfortunately, decided to go pursue life or some bullshit in retirement. God bless him. We miss Ted. We miss him greatly. But all I do personally is I select the cigars, and then Brian and Paul, they unband them. They put different bands on them. These are actually super cool, and our guys don't get anything like this. They just get a white band with a number on it. And then each week they smoke them, and then I guess summarize or aggregate all the data and then post it. But it's been going on a long time, man. Long time.
Yeah. Like as the show has progressed for us, like I've learned, because I used to pick out all the cigars without the packs. I was like, you pretty much have to do Toros and Robustos, because a lot of us are cigar nerds. And as soon as you send a shape that's a little off, dudes know right away. And it's like, man, you can't pull a quick one over, on somebody. So you find that you guys have to review a lot of stuff that's like neutral in size.
You do. There are certain things like the Cottontail by Cass Dagley, like that's just a dead giveaway. Padron with the single caps, unless it's a torpedo, dead giveaway.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever blind review a Yagua, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, that'd be tough. You'd have to roll those out pretty good.
No flatheads, no bowls. A lot of
We've
things you have
tried.
to omit.
We did a couple like PB97s, and people knew right away. They're like, "That's a Padron."
I thought that was a friggin' Perdomo. And
That's
like,
really?
and when you guys, because Perdomo has those long tapered tips too, and I was like, when I was watching the live stream, like they're all loving it. I'm like, how the fuck are these guys loving this Perdomo that much? Like, nothing against Perdomo, but everybody was gushing over it. I was like, what's going on here? It was funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that one and the Night Commander was pretty obvious. I think that one everyone kind of knew. But
That giveaway.
The magic toast.
That was a
Everybody knew that
terrible
one.
cigar.
Have y'all done a sweet tip yet? Or an infused?
No. So we've done an infused night, but it was like a banded night, and it was just a show where everyone brought infused cigars, and that was a disaster. But we've never done anything like that. Nothing infused on the show.
We did in Whittleback see that, and we definitely got to get Peter to answer that one. But we did a Kentucky with the sweets from Drew Estate. Yeah. It turns out whether or not you like infused cigars, whether or not you like those types of infused cigars, you might not like them unbanded and blind.
Yeah, you're just not expecting that, and all of a sudden you're just like, "What is this?"
Yep.
I could see that being a problem.
Yep.
But
Yeah, so
go ahead, John.
I was gonna say, so Dave, I'm doing a project, a side gig. I have a mobile cigar bar for like events and stuff like that. And when I was first loading up my inventory, my distributor was like, "You need deadwoods," and I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yes, you need deadwoods." And so I was like, "Okay." And so, dude, they fly off the shelf. And so on that infused night, I was like, "Well, I guess I'll just see what all the fuss is about." This I tried the leather rose, and oh my gosh, dude, that thing just like
You loved it.
yeah.
You loved it.
It's not for me. It's okay. I understand why people like them, but I was just like, I couldn't believe how just it was just so it punches you with flavor. I was just like,
In
this
the
is
face.
too much. Yeah.
Deadwood
Yeah.
sells really well.
Yeah, they do. Yep. I was thinking, I was like, is this guy just trying to sell me something? You know, I don't know. And then yeah, I'm reordering them all the time. So
Somebody needs to make a
Dang.
Fireball cigar.
oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
I don't
I
know
think
if
they
we.
do. They do. They
Do
have
they?
a Fireball
Do they?
cigar. Yeah. I
Do
said
they? Okay.
Oh, man.
Prisdale reviewed it. He said it was
Wow.
ass.
Well,
That reminds me of that meme. That lady smells a candle and she's like, "It smells like Fireball." And the dude's like, "That's cinnamon."
that's cinnamon.
That's cinnamon.
Yeah. All right, we'll
Yeah,
put that in a pack later in the year. But to
No.
answer Whittleback's question, we've planned to probably 6 or 7 months out, I think. And there's wiggle room in between the packs if things come up and we got to move things around. But I think we're out until at least like July or something, maybe even further.
Yeah.
But it's fun picking those sticks, like, because you want to make sure you're including new stuff that's coming out in releases. So we'll have to like move things around as things come out. But to try to cover the gamut of all of the different varieties that you guys have to offer too, because you guys have a large catalog. Like that's a lot to manage in your inventory system.
Yeah, and not all of it we can use. You know, if we wanted to do something, let's say for the next pack, and we weren't planning in advance, man, we didn't have enough inventory because hopefully this group grows to, you know, excess. It grows to excess, which makes it a lot more challenging. But also planning in advance lets us do some cool shit that I don't think anybody on the panel is quite ready for just yet. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
The thing you're hinting at when you wrote me and you were like, we could do this. And I was like, no one's gonna fucking see that one coming. So
yes,
we got some cool things in the fire for sure. I think that'll be an awesome pack when it does reveal itself. But let's check into the cigar. I think people are giving notes already. First third for us guys. Let's take a puff real quick. Get the notes fresh in our head. John, what are you getting?
Definitely getting a lot of cedar. So for me, it's a pretty cedar forward cigar. Touch of leather, touch of minerality, kind of like a pencil lead minerality for me. But there's a nice kind of just medium roasted tobacco for me, and then like just a touch of creaminess as well, and then black pepper.
Okay. Dave, you want to hit on anything?
Yeah, in addition to Elijah Craig, I'm definitely getting woodiness. I think cedar is spot on. Peppercorn for sure. That's it for me right now. Unfortunately, my nose is pretty stuffy. I've been taking Sudafed for the last few days.
Oh, fun.
Wood, peppercorn, Elijah Craig.
Hints of Sudafed. Johnny, what are you getting, man?
I'm getting pretty much all the same stuff they're saying, like through the nose, but I'm already getting like a deep, dark raisin and like cherry, I think, coming in at the end of the retrohale. It's really good.
Nice.
Like, really good.
Nice. Matt, anything different for you?
The pepper is more of like a residual, not a stinging red. Sorry about that. Not a stinging red pepper, but like a residual, long-lasting red pepper that I can handle. To me, it's woody, but it's more of an oak. It's like a deeper wood, and then I'm getting this like molasses sweetness as an undertone. It's very good. It's very good.
Nice. Roger?
I'm not getting so much of like the woody note. I'm getting more of the leather, but I'm with Johnny. I'm getting like a dark cherry sweetness. I'm really enjoying it. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Felipe?
Yeah, same thing. Woody, there's a little sweetness there, and I'm getting a little bit of coffee too. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, same thing for me. Everything is pretty much the same. That cherry note, I believe it's a cherry note for me, is spot on. It's really good. Like the balance between the pepper, the wood, and that sweetness component is spot on right now. So far we're off to a good start.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everyone's saying how amazing the construction is.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Perfect.
Very cool. Very cool. Any plans to offer more singles? Because I know a lot of online shops don't like to do singles. Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, for us specifically, it's because we do free shipping. And that could be the infinite money glitch right there in the wrong direction. Not the cool way, the bad way. Yeah, so we have been kicking around different stuff for a long time, and hopefully this will be the year that a lot of plans come to fruition. But we want to offer a way to build your own sampler. It's been in the works for forever. We just haven't quite got there. Hopefully soon. I think we're making progress on it. It's also hard because if you have all that inventory outstanding, then you can't offer that as packs or boxes. And so if you have something that's really desirable, it murkies the water just a little bit. But also I think we try to build samplers as best as we can. If somebody's looking for something specifically, we really try to accommodate. Yeah, it's tough. Singles are tough with free shipping for sure.
Gotcha. And you guys do make a lot of samplers, because I know you work with a lot of influencers or, cigar guys, and Matt's got a sampler, and some of the other podcasts that you guys have samplers with. So that's pretty cool to see too.
Yeah. And if you guys have a Cigars Unbanded S tier kind of list, we can work on that, and we can build a sampler as well.
It's going to be an expensive sampler, that's for sure. It's a 5-pack of Atabay Blacks. You're welcome, everybody.
Always out of stock.
Yeah. Let's see. Whittleback's on fire with the questions tonight. Any brands that you want to offer at SBC that you haven't been able to bring in? And I know this was something we just covered on the Discord.
Yeah, Matt, you bastard. So on this note, I had it in my plan. So I asked the guys the same question, right? Is there anything we don't carry that you want to see? Principal was on there. Chamali, I think I'm saying that right, was on there. Yep. Chamali, I did not get to yet. And then, now they're all sold out across the world because of Matt. So that'll be impossible. Got to wait on the next shipment. But
sorry.
I'm kidding. But yeah, that's definitely one coming. Principal is inbound. Shipping is happening now. Lure is another one that we wanted to correct, and that is sold out twice. But more inbound should be here, I think, Monday or Tuesday. I think Definition's another one that we need to work on. And there's some other little stuff in my roster. I've seen Hermanos de Armas. I don't know if my Spanish pronunciation is working well on that one. Brothers in Arms.
Oh, okay.
It's great, dude.
Yeah, I've been seeing them. I've been really impressed with their social media and their website. And really, that's what I look for personally if I'm going to try and scout new brands. I want to see that they're active. I want to see they're engaging people. That's super important, because we want to share their story. But if we don't know the story and we can't quite get it in people's hands, then it's not the same.
Yeah.
That's
I was pumped to see that you guys are working on Principal, because that's just like to me, that brand with like small batches, like the way I view small batch and like what you guys offer, it's a perfect fit. Like the profiles, and then like KBF, I know, Kellner is a ubiquitously liked brand, amongst all of us. So having the KBF connection, I just think that's a very good fit for small batch.
I think so too, man. And guys, that is my fault. I dropped the ball on this. I hit up Darren, I think it was August of last year, and I was trying to get the ball rolling, and there's just so many options that it just got lost in the weeds on my part. So this time I learned my lesson, and I was like, Darren, just send us some shit, man. Like, tell me what we need, and then send it. Let's make this happen. Yeah. And thankfully, Andrew is so on board with us bringing in what people want and keeping it new and fresh, and he's such a pleasure to work for, because he's just like, if you guys believe in this brand, let's bring in the brand, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you can't carry everything too, right? There's only so much space in the warehouse to house things and money to spend on it.
Might have to get rid of some STG and Altus.
Yeah.
Might have to like
Shuffle
Just
the
carry
deck.
cool
jokes,
stuff.
just jokes. I'm sure they're huge accounts, just jokes, just jokes.
There goes our.
Yeah, we're
ST.
canceled now.
Yeah, there goes our sponsorship that I was going to announce. Thanks, Matt.
Matt's like, you don't want it.
Well, I imagine like managing that inventory, especially going into PCA coming up. Like you guys are going to be looking to expand on new accounts, or carry new lines from current brands and all that stuff. Like, what is going into PCA like as a retailer? Is that stressful, or is it just kind of fun to see what the industry is offering you guys now?
A little bit of both. Thankfully, we have a gentleman by the name of Ben, and he does so much of our buying and logistical stuff. Essentially, he's kind of like our quartermaster. And yeah, he handles a lot of PCA. That is his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so normally he'll be handling that. I'll be trying to run and gun, with the iPhone or the camera, and like try to get reels or YouTube stuff up. This year we're doing something a little bit different, which I don't think I can disclose just yet, but I'll be freed up a little bit more. And then Andrew is able to connect with all the different players, and have those important conversations with everybody under one roof. Yeah. So thankfully we're not a huge organization. We're really small, but everybody's got their own piece of the pie and can tackle it at PCA.
Smart. Yeah. Because there's only so many, 3 days is it? Is PCA 3 or 4?
Most people come in on Friday, and then I think it technically ends, the last day is Sunday with like some overflow on Monday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think most
this
of
year though, sorry.
No, go ahead.
This year, Kate's going to join me. And so we're coming in like Wednesday and leaving Tuesday. We're getting all that New Orleans food.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So good. I love New Orleans food, man.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was in the National Guard in Louisiana for a little while, and Tony Sazeracs everywhere.
Yeah.
They just carry it like in the cup holder of their car, and they go to the drive-thru, get fries, and just shake it on everything. So cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Shake it on everything.
Oh, Javi got a good one.
Nice.
No plugs.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're moving in. First Third's great. No profile changes for me. I don't know if you guys have anything that's switching up on you.
It's getting sweeter, and I think I'm picking up more of that raisiny note now. Not cherry, but raisin. It's like darker. It's very good.
Don't worry, your palate will evolve. You'll get there one day.
I'll get one day.
Get there one day, man.
One day. One day.
Oh man.
I'm getting some pepper back. I'm liking it.
Peppercorn
really
was
good cigar for me.
Whoever said peppercorn was spot on. You got it? That was you, Dave?
I don't know. I just take credit for things.
Yeah. That's usually what Roger does. Just takes credit for everything we do around here.
You beat me to it, Dave. Somebody's got to take it, right?
Oh, sorry, Nick. There's a lot going on here. Well, ask the question again. I'm sure you're just trolling me because Carpenter's not here. It's fine.
He wants to know why Dave is smoking all the BDX Blanc boxes, I think is what he had asked a few times.
Well, somebody's got to do it, and it's not you, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I've smoked a lot of them. They are good. Really,
They're so good.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very unique. Cuts through a lot of things. Yeah, Kate got me on bubbles, and I'm just a bubble guy now. and that cigar with any kind of champagne or cava
Yep.
or not prosecco, I've been told, but everything else.
Yeah.
Dude, that
we
was one
heard
of my
that too.
favorite releases last year. It was so good. It's one of my favorite Connecticut's, like probably top 3 favorite Connecticut's.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's so dense. The body,
Mm-hmm.
so well done.
Yeah, we had Vlad on a couple weeks ago, and the dude's awesome. He just
Mhm.
knows so much, and just he can riff and just go. It's like you just ask a question, you sit back for 10 minutes, and he just goes. And it's awesome to see all that knowledge that he has, and the cigars he makes are freaking fantastic.
That
They
helps. That always helps.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Slow burn said, zero sweetness for me, very earthy, a bit of espresso, long finish with some pepper, great construction. Nice. Yeah, the sweetness is developing more and more as the cigar goes through. I think that's a nice little change of pace.
Do you
Hit me
guys think like
molasses.
do you think like the humidity of the cigar, like obviously it affects the taste, but I think that sometimes when I get like a earthy or like coffee, like dark type nuances besides fruit, my cigars are a little too wet. Like they're too fresh.
Yeah.
Like if the profile feels muddied, I think that's a good indicator that they could be a little bit too wet, like wetter than they would, wetter than they should be if they're going to be tasting, the undertones underneath that are more the nuanced sweetness, nuttiness, stuff like that. To me, that's unless it's just how the cigar is blended.
Right.
Conditionally, it's going to be because they're too wet, not too dry.
I'm saying I dried this cigar for I think like 2 days, and I was basically like 55. So it's perfect.
I like it.
Trevor, what's up, man? Working my 4th 80+ hour week. Last cigar I had was a 2018 Got a Fire. Gonna open a wide Churchill tonight. Cheers.
Ooh.
Nice,
Hell yeah.
man. That's great, Trevor.
Cheers
man.
to Trevor.
Deserved, brother.
80 hours a
Congratulations.
week, bro. God damn, man.
Yeah, you gotta take
deserve
it easy,
dude.
bro.
That's that
Yeah.
Roger schedule, dude. That's crazy.
Dude,
All day.
pretend
all
we're
day. So how has transitioning over to, well, let me reframe this, because you guys have a lot of exclusives. Like when you're doing exclusives, how involved are you guys with the blending of those cigars? Is it you have a lot of input? Because I know some brands just will send you like cigars and be like, pick one. Or do you go back to them and like, hey, can we tweak this and that? Do you have different experiences with different brands on how that works?
Totally. Absolutely. It's one of those things where like some things, and I haven't worked on too many of the legendary exclusives. That was all Andrew and team prior. I was still deploying and I wasn't around very much. But some of the things Andrew will find a blend that he just drives him crazy. And he's like, what if we did a different size? Because he is all about finding the right size to maximize his time. And it's so funny to me because I don't think in things the same way he does, but he's like an engineer, like an analytical, data-driven engineer. And he will think to himself, I have 45 minutes at the end of the day without something to smoke. Let's create something to fit, and fill that gap.
Yeah.
And so that's how you get fun stuff like La Comida Reina, some of the Caldwell exclusives, and at the time too, he was doing more packing and moving. So he needed something that he could set down for just a little bit. He could have a 30-minute break. So a lot of the smaller sizes were earlier on. And then you have other players like Steve. Steve does not take any kind of input whatsoever. He's just going to be like, look, I love this blend. You can have it or not. But if you don't, you're stupid.
Yeah.
So and that's awesome, right? It's such an awesome opportunity to be given an exclusive by Steve because A, it's going to be stellar. And B, it just introduces so many more people to your brand. So that's cool on its own. And then there's stuff like Cass Dagley through Vlad, we were able to work on the Pony Express, and we were able to give input and get it tweaked certain ways. And we got like the double binder to add a little more oomph to it and also reduce some other things. So it's so cool, but that's not the routine I wouldn't normally say. For a lot of exclusives, you take a base blend and you kind of tweak it to a size or something you want most of the time. Yeah.
Very cool.
The
Mhm.
Pony
Castaglia.
Express, the Pony
best
Express is Castagli's best cigar, in my
Mhm.
opinion. I
Heck
freaking
yeah.
love
Solid.
that cigar.
Yes. And that's thanks to Vlad working with us when he was with them at the time, you know? Yeah. Awesome guy.
All right, here's a hot topic question that I get constantly for our California people. We've heard rumblings of some kind of way that maybe later down the line they won't have to pay that amazing, awesome Cali tax. It's in the
Well,
works, correct?
It's not that they won't have to pay it. I want to avoid that language for the state of California.
Okay.
Publicly, yes.
Yeah, nobody is skipping anything. It's just a different way of recording things because, as you know, in California, certain taxes have to be paid, and if taxes are prepaid, then they get paid on the cost. If they weren't prepaid, then they get added to the wholesale. And so for small batch, we have to line item. I'm sorry, not the wholesale, the retail. So at small batch, we have to line item it. Currently, we've been working on different ways to bring in more things tax paid, which we can pass on to consumers. So there's no escaping the tax, but it will be significantly improved for sure.
Gotcha.
Nice.
For
That
sure.
would be
And that,
amazing.
I'm hoping by summer. I know we've been saying it for a while, but we are closer than ever. And if you notice, the site was temporarily down a couple of days ago for like 30 minutes or something. And that was us putting certain things in place to be able to work on that very soon.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yes. Yeah. We're
So stop asking us,
crushed.
everybody. All right, jeez.
No, I mean it hurts our heart too, because we have a
I'm
huge
sure.
following in California because shipping is so fast and then the transit time is even quicker. And it hurt our heart to lose that as well.
We have Ed, what's up, buddy? Thank you very much for that super chat, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
Dang,
guys.
Ed. Thank you, man.
What is a super chat?
It's just someone can donate to get their comment highlighted and either ask a question or, just support the channel, support the stream. So we get them every once in a while and it's always appreciated.
Cool people.
That is
man.
awesome.
Cool people.
Yeah, to Ed. There you go. So that's cool. That'll be taken care of hopefully sooner rather than later. I think you guys should just open up a small batch East Coast for us East Coasters. I mean, come on now. What's up with these Calis? I get so mad when Matt gets tracking and then like 4 hours later his package shows up. I'm like, what the shit?
It's the only time. Let me have one. Let me have one. So many companies are based in Florida. It always gets to you guys first. I'm the only one here that gets it because I live like 20 minutes away from small batch from HQ. So let me have one, please.
No,
just one.
Anyone but Matt.
Delivery.
He said no.
Anyone but Matt. I always get a voicemail. It's like, suck it, Peter. I got the pack first. Come on, dude. Oh, it's good.
So Matt, how does it feel to be better than everybody else?
I mean, for this instance, I feel very nice because it never happens. It never happens. So I'm pumped. And I do say suck it, Peter. And I put up, videos for everybody to see saying suck it, Peter.
All right. Every time. Fails. Never fails.
So good.
All right. We're chugging along. Second, third. I think we're getting to the halfway point. Let's see if anything's changed up. John, anything for you, man?
No, it's pretty similar to what I had before. It's very woody profile on the front of the palate for me. So there's a touch of creaminess, a touch of subtle like tobacco sweetness for me. I'm not getting the raisin like you guys are. I'm just not as good as y'all. So not tonight. But yeah, that's it.
I was choked on some smoke there. Dave, anything changing for you?
Still getting the peppercorn wood. A little bit of molasses, like a burnt molasses, and every now and then when my nose actually works, I'm getting like a little bit of a fig Newton sweetness. Every now and then,
Nice.
it's really good.
God, I love
Nice.
fig Newtons.
Hmm
Johnny, what about you, man?
It's changing on the palate. Retro has been pretty much linear for me after it kind of settled into what it wants to be. Palate's getting real creamy. I don't know, man. I'm getting like a little bit of vanilla on the tip of my tongue, and I absolutely love it. So,
Nice.
Would you say
Digging
you've
it.
had this before?
I always say that.
I know you do. That's why I'm asking. I haven't heard it yet, but just checking.
He's holding back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's evolving. Matt, what about you, man?
It's getting sweeter. It's that raisin that's becoming more pronounced on the palate, especially. Smoke texture is getting creamier. It's a good cigar, man. It's very enjoyable.
Nice. I like Polar's comment here. As a barber, I love the show. Has every stage of beard growth.
Nice.
I think Dave's got the bushiest beard. I think he's got me beat.
Yeah.
Man, I had to
Pretty
chop it
husky
off
beard.
too. I forgot to get it trimmed up for a little too long, and I was just like,
It's still winter. It's still kind of winterish, right? We can let it go.
yes.
Roger, what are you getting, man?
So mine's still pretty similar. I'm still getting a bit of the pepper. Luckily, I'm not getting much of the woody note on mine, but I'm still getting that dark cherry sweetness. But I got like a tiny bit of floral, which was weird, but it only comes in and out. But I'm enjoying it. I'm smoking it way too quick. Like I think I'm already in the final third. So Carpy's not here to yell at me.
Dang.
Luckily, see,
Yeah.
Carpy's not here because I'm chugging away. But it's good. I'm really liking this cigar.
Nice. Felipe, what about you, man?
Yeah, same as everyone else, pretty much woody and the sweetness at the end. It is extremely creamy for me, and that construction is perfect, man. Haven't had to touch it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not once.
Same thing for me. The cherry is still pretty prominent for me, and that molasses, like on the long finish, is just coating my tongue. Like it's just got a sweetness, so like a woody sweetness throughout. It's very nice. It's very nice. What did Terrence say here? I swear there's some breadiness and fruitiness. Thank you for pointing out the fig. Nice. Vanilla is accurate too. Look at that. Terrence is getting it.
That is awesome.
The fig Newton, yeah. Very cool. We had a question here from Roy. How do you guys decide what brands to carry? We kind of maybe touched on a little bit, but do you guys have to go to bat? Like, is there a meeting of the minds where you got to like fight for your brand if you want to bring something in?
No, because Andrew is so cool that if I really believe in something or one of the guys really believes in something, then we can just work it out. And generally we'll do a trial run and then kind of beef it up from there. Like LH with Nicholas Cyrus, we didn't go super wide at first. We went like a couple of sizes with each blend, or I guess maybe 2 or 3 of the blends, and then we kind of built it out from there once we saw what the demand was. So that's always kind of the safeguard. We're willing to try a lot of different things, but we want to make sure that it's the things that y'all want, So if you guys are watching this and you're like, I need this brand in my life, please carry it. Shoot me an email, dave@smallbatchcigar.com. We would love to hear from you.
Let them know in the chat. Just throw it out. Just tell
Awesome,
them right
Dave.
now.
Yeah, and then I'll probably drop the ball and we'll pick
We'll
it
circle
up.
back in 6 months.
No, but yeah, if I drop the ball, let me know. Yeah, please. Or let these guys know so they can let me know, because I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Don't worry. People bother me with stuff all the time. I'm sure they'll just send me DMs. It's cool. It's cool. Terrence is asking for the panel. If you guys could do something in the industry, what would it be? Anyone want to take this one?
I want to open up a lounge with Peter.
Let's do it, buddy.
Connecticut needs more lounges.
Yeah. We could maybe
sounds
small
cool,
batch will
right?
franchise and we'll be the East Coast and Connecticut. We'll hub out in Connecticut
Ooh.
here.
There you go.
We'll talk later, Dave.
Yeah.
But I mean, John, you're already kind of getting your foot in the industry, right? With the mobile cigar bar.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the hell out of the Garrison. It's a lot of fun, so I'm loving that. Eventually, I want to open up a B&M for sure, but that's a big commitment. Not ready, not there yet. But for now, the event trailer is a lot of fun. So
Very cool.
The cigar bar is cool. Like when you post videos, it looks awesome. That would be cool.
thanks, man. Yeah, it's a good time for sure.
I could see OCD being a master blender for sure. I could see
Oh
it.
yeah.
Everything would have
Honestly.
Peruvian Lajero.
Everything.
Everything.
You would just rip off
Monster.
selected tobacco on every
Yep.
blend. Yeah.
Pretty much.
A Peruvian
I just
Lajero
rebrand their
Pruno.
stuff.
Yeah.
Just Cage Nelson up in your basement.
Tell me the blend.
You want us to say hi?
You want to say hi? You already look like you're streaming from a prison. I don't know if we should see the rest of your dungeon. So we'll transition now from the exclusives. Like now, how did Avowed become, was that a meeting of the minds? Did you guys decide like always that you kind of wanted to branch out and do your own brand? Like, what did that look like when it got started as an idea?
Yeah, I mean, this question right here on the screen right now, if you could do something in industry, what would it be? That's something that I don't think any cigar enthusiast really ever lets go of. And people express that in different ways, right? Maybe they get into reviews or influencing or brand creation or any way to serve the community, because this community is one of the finest communities there is on planet Earth. And so when you start asking yourself that question, what can you do? Then you start saying, okay, well, what should you do? And what's the most satisfying? And for us, I mean, the brand is always a dream, because you want something that will outlive you, and
Sure.
it's sad to say, but living in a lot of respects is watching your dreams die. But it doesn't have to be that way. Some dreams can outlive you. And so that was the goal with Avowed, was to do something that transcends us, that our families can be proud of for a long time. And then just getting to see the other side. And it's so funny because working initially, I was in the reviewing field and the cigar community field, and then getting into the backside of it with retail, and then switching gears again and like learning so much about tobacco. And there's still a million things to learn. The more you learn, the more questions you have, and you realize how stupid you are. There's so many more things.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's so much fun, guys. Like just being able to smoke Puritos and being able to say, okay, I'm pretty sure that this blend has these things in the filler components. Just learning that the changing a filler leaf has so much more impact than changing the binder, just because the amount of leaf, the volume that takes up inside a cigar, it's incredible. It's incredible. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Sal, awesome. Love that.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
So now with Avowed, you guys have 3 blends, correct? Is it 3 at the start?
Man, yeah. So we released with 3 on Valentine's Day, like 6 weeks before PCA. By all accounts, terrible timing. But we have so many things in the works, because this has been years in the making. The Vow has 18 months on it. We have other blends that have been aging since last year, coming out hopefully by end of this year. We have stuff that'll drop this summer. We have another limited edition for Father's Day. We have more sizes, brand new blends. We got so much cool shit in the pipeline. It's awesome. We didn't want to just make this an exclusive. This is supposed to be our legacy, right? So whether you like it, love it, or hate it, this is what will define us. And we just went all in and are trying to make it as special as we can make it in as many ways as we can do that.
Nice.
Love it.
I know a few of us have already smoked a couple of the cigars. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Is there a specific blend that you had more input than like the others, or is there one that you like babied to existence?
No, and a lot of that reason is because we're a group, we're a team.
Yeah.
And so I know, like, before getting into the other side, you hear a lot of like, if you make something that's for everybody, you make something for nobody, and you got to do what you love. And there's a lot of sense to that because this industry is a passion industry. And a lot of it comes from your story and being able to share that story with other people. But there are several of us that make up Avowed Cigars. And I think part of our strength is that we have to find something everybody agrees with for that blend, that direction you're going in. And if you can do that, then you don't go out in left field as often. I like to consider it kind of like blending with class. We are bowling with the bumpers on. There are certain things we have access to, which is really exciting and cool, but there are other things that we probably won't make those pitfalls because all 5 of us have to come together and say, that's the one. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Which just
Makes sense.
huge. Yeah, it's a saving grace a lot of times.
Sure.
Do you have a favorite, Dave?
Yeah, so my favorite initially was the Vow 6.29 Toro. I love that blend. It's everything I want from a lot of Dominican filler blends. It's smooth and rich, and it's got like sweet baking spices, but it's not overpowering. You could smoke 2 of those back to back and not be bored and still go out in town and like have a good time and not, the whole time being like, did I brush my teeth 5 times?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You're not self-conscious about it. I just
Yeah.
love it. It's very smooth and charming. But then New Dawn came along and it stole my heart. It's just, it is everything I wanted and more from a Connecticut blend, but it's a dark Connecticut, and it approaches a medium body towards the end. And it's not boring, but I would say it follows the original concept of that Connecticut blend and less so of the new blending style, which is heavy and, the spicy Connecticut's, which I also really enjoy. But New Dawn, that's what I brought for. This will be my, I don't know, 8th
Number
or
2?
9th cigar of the day. Yeah, this will be my number
Damn.
2 is New Dawn.
Champion.
Not many Connecticut's can you do that with, but this one lately, I've been finishing the day with it as well. Blows my mind. So good.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Yeah. What about for the
Gonna have to-
panel? Like who's had one? What's your favorite out of the lineup?
I love the New Dawn. I was talking to Dave about it too. It's like it's a very, like you said, darker Connecticut shade wrapper. It's it manages to not do a lot of typical Connecticut things, but also not be too peppery, not be too heavy. It's just there's a lot of layers to that cigar. And then one of my favorite notes in cigars is butter. And there's a lot of butter in that cigar. I fucking love that note. And that's, probably the main reason why I love that cigar so much.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm gonna have to try that one. I brought the
Yeah.
Awakening for tonight. Never had it, but I heard good things, so I'm looking forward
That's
to
the
trying
one.
some.
That's the
cool.
one. See, for
Peter
me,
approved. Let's see.
for me,
Other
it's
one.
Awakening.
Other one.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to rank them, Awakening's taking number 1 for sure. The other ones I've only had one of each, so I can't position those. But for some reason, that's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, is it?
It's an
Hybrid?
Ecuadorian
Hybrid.
hybrid. And Habano is one of the hybrids.
Okay.
That was such an honor to be a part of because that is the very last of that wrapper leaf in existence. And it's also a huge burden on the shoulders too, right? Because you want to see it out in a final farewell. You want to pay a little bit of nostalgia to it, but you also want to put your own spin on things. And I think that came out really well. Super excited about that one.
So you're saying buy a box. If you like it, buy a box because we can't repeat this blend again once it's gone.
I mean, it's on all the marketing materials I wrote concluding production because it's not a limited edition, it's the last edition, and I think it's really cool.
I
All
think
right.
that answers Javi's question because he was asking if it wasn't going to be available anymore in the questions earlier. So
It can't. Yeah.
good to know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I haven't tried any yet, but Matt just sent me a big old bomb and included some. So thank you, Matt. But I'm looking forward to trying it, man. I've heard great things, so I'm gonna light one up tonight. I think I'm gonna light up the Vow tonight. So
Nice.
And those are all made at the Kellner's, right?
All at Class Kellner's factory. Yeah. And that's another thing that's really cool too, is if you look at our bands, a lot of folks have medallions, and I don't want to knock on them because I love a lot of other cigars, but our medallions have a lot of purpose in them. And the Kellner logo is prominently displayed on every one of them. It's on the boxes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because for us, it was very important that type of partnership was not just about that last bit of wrapper, right? That could just be gone forever. We wanted to partner with the right people because none of us are third generation Cuban farmers, you know? So you can't always replicate, but you can find the best of the best and partner with them and do great things. And that was important.
Yeah. Kellner's make killer cigars, man. I think we're all big fans of everything they do for making cigars for people, or whether it's the smoking jacket stuff. Like, big fan of the Kellner's.
Same.
It's awesome. Eric's saying he likes how the packs are arriving early, so they have plenty of time to rest.
Yeah,
that's all Peter right there. He was like, it needs to happen this day, or else you're out. You're out, Dave.
I didn't say that. I don't think I said it like that. But you know, Johnny, are you nubbed already? Did you nub that thing?
Oh
Nice.
man,
Easy,
bro.
You're chooging.
Nice. Everybody else is in final third because we could probably.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Pretty much done.
All
too.
right. So
Gonzo.
final flavor notes for anybody. John, how's it finishing for you flavor wise?
for me, it's getting a little bit more bitter and minerally. So it's kind of a bitter cedar wood for me. The minerals coming out a little bit more prominent. I don't know if it's just my palate tonight. Just couldn't get the raisin note. I did get molasses right at light up, but then it kind of went away for me. So, but that's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
There you go, Dave. Everything the same or a little change?
No change for me. I've been talking too much. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's the pitfall. That's the pitfall of the show, though. Is like we all start having a good time, and I have to keep remembering, like, check in on the cigar because Johnny's about finished, and that's how it goes. Johnny, how's it finishing for you?
This thing's fantastic.
There you go. It's all you need.
Trying to get
Enough said.
Enough said. Matt, what about you?
It's the same as it was before. The raisin's still prominent. It's still the main tone for me. Very sweet. Oak underneath that. Red pepper's still present, but not stinging. It's finishing very well.
There you go, Roger.
For me, it was like really linear, but it was good. It wasn't boring because I really, really enjoyed this cigar. The tasting notes were the same kind of throughout. I'm finally starting to get some like smoky wood right now. But it's still really good for me.
Nice. Felipe?
Yeah, for me, it's just a dark, super creamy smoke. So it's going to rank high for me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, a lot of the same notes are there. The molasses is ramping up going into the final third. That cherry little sweetness, fig type thing that's going on is still there. Still earthy, though, woody. I mean, this is usually like right up my alley. This is, darker cigars. This is what I'm looking for all the time. So I'm going to throw the poll up in the chat now. If you are smoking along with us, feel free to click the link, vote on the cigar. Let me get this up here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. All right. So if you're new here, because we got a lot of new smokers, we tier every cigar. S tier would be buy a box. A tier is great cigar, buy a 5-pack. B is good cigar, try it, it's worth a shot. C is nothing special. D tier is add in like the flavors, it's a pass for me. And then F is usually slated for construction issues, like the cigar couldn't smoke. I had issues the whole time. So if we're going off of me, man, I like the cigar a lot. I'm going to give this one an A because it had a little bit of a slow start, but I've had this cigar many times and it usually ranks S tier for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A because I rate on the example that I'm smoking at that time. That's how it goes. Felipe, what are you going to give?
Yeah, I ranked it an A too, man. It's just super creamy, rich, dark flavors. It's really good.
Roger?
I gave it an S, man. Like I rarely give S's because I don't buy boxes. So there's always that like mental block of like, is this an S? Because I don't buy boxes. But like it was like A, but I gave it an S because I really, really like this cigar.
There you go. Matt, what are you giving it?
A. Really fucking good.
There you go. John, what do you got?
I gave it a C. This one just wasn't for me, at least not tonight. So it started off great, but it just kind of devolved from there for my palate.
Okay. Johnny, where are you going?
I gave it an A, leaning towards A+.
An A+. Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, what would you rate this if you had to go off that
Man,
scale there?
I finally figured out what it is. So I probably shouldn't rate it.
You don't have to rate it. You don't have to rate it. You could just say you loved it. You loved it.
I like it a lot. I do.
Yeah.
Very much.
We got 32 votes in the poll right now. 17 are for A tier. We got 10 for B, 3 for C, 2 for S. I mean, it's looking like it's going to finish in A tier, which is, about as good as you can get. Any guesses in the chat? If you think you know what the cigar is, go ahead, throw it out. I'll say it's a mostly Nicaraguan-based cigar. It might be all, actually. I got to pull up the notes here.
Oh, shit, I was wrong then.
No,
Tasted like habano to me.
Tastes like broadleaf to me, for sure. I thought absolutely broadleaf is in it.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to give
broadleaf.
I'm not going to give the full specs. It'll give the cigar away if I give out the full specs because you guys are a bunch of nerds. But if you think you know what it is in the chat, go ahead and put it out. Felipe, you see anyone calling things out?
Leo.
Got a Gurkha.
Yeah, it's definitely not a Gurkha anniversary.
No.
Dunbarton and Trepido.
I think Intrepido is box press, soft box press.
I believe it is. Reminds me of the Stolen Throne, Crook of the Crown. A for me.
Huh.
Love that 5th anniversary.
I'm not very familiar with that brand. I have some of their stuff. I got to dive into it.
I've had that.
Basically,
That Crooks of the Crown is good.
Yeah. If Lee makes a Corona, get the Corona. That's
Gotcha.
the rules.
Okay. And Dunbarton Vibe said Luke. It is a roughly $17-ish stick, I believe, for single. Right around there, 16, 17 bucks. Avi said he voted B, but it's right on the edge for an A. B's good, man. B's always good. A Barbara. It's a very good guess. Any other guesses in the chat? I don't think we have any more votes coming in. Yeah, the votes stopped. Broadleaf, but tastes like Nicaraguan. Oh, the Brazil.
Interesting.
Dia de Gloria Brazil. Just a guess. Johnny, you love that cigar.
Yeah, I don't think that's offered in anything but box press, though, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. I think that's a box press only.
Yep.
Well, we might as well just do the reveal, right? We might as well get into it. I think we've given enough time.
I know what it is.
Go ahead.
I know
Matt.
what it is.
Go ahead, man.
It's Steven's right.
Steven was right.
Oh, dude.
It is the Barba Amarilla.
Amazing cigar, dude. I freaking love that cigar.
Yeah. This cigar
I
is just...
I can't see the blend. Is broadleaf in there or am I wrong?
It is.
That's what that sweetness is. That's broadleaf sweetness for sure through the nose. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's in the filler.
Okay.
It's in the filler.
It's strong. Like it seemed like a lot. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Is there Habano in there?
Nicaraguan
Mhm.
Habano, Criollo, Sun-Grown for the wrapper, Jalapa C98 for the binder, and then there's some Nica Viso, Dominican Republican C98 hybrid Ligero, U.S. Connecticut River Broadleaf Ligero.
Lajero, yeah, that makes sense.
It's
I must
It's
have
a-
a Peter Pallet syndrome tonight.
all right. Take it easy. I love this cigar. Okay, I freaking love this cigar. I'm
I've
pretty
only
sure
had one.
you've only had one, Roger.
It was amazing, dude. Thanks to one T Matt. This is
Yeah.
the cigar I was begging you to send me, Peter. Remember, you're cutting me off. You didn't want to send me anything anymore, and I couldn't get one. So one T Matt sent me one. It was great. I just
Yeah,
bought
this
some
is-
from Small Batch after when I got the BDX Blanc. So I got a few more now.
You
Looking
ask
forward to
for
it.
cigars like my kids ask for like Robux.
I
You know what I
know, I
mean?
know.
You're like, hey
I'm
Peter, can you
sorry,
send
I'm
me
sorry.
this? Hey Peter, can I get this? Hey Dad.
Have I had
10
this,
more
Peter?
dogs. One more, Peter, please. Two more.
I don't know if you've
I
had
did,
it.
you send it to me. Yeah, if I've
Yeah,
ever
I
had
mean-
it, you send it to me.
I'm a big Dunbarton guy. I buy every exclusive. I've sent this cigar to a bunch of people, and
Okay.
if you've smoked it, it's probably from me. So how did this all come about? Is this? I know Steve's one of those guys where he'll just send you the blend, and he's like, take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what he said when
Yeah.
he was talking about exclusives. Like,
Yeah.
do you want this?
Yeah, but we were lucky enough that Steve wanted to do an exclusive with us, and I mean it doesn't get any better than that, because he's always going to put his heart and soul into everything, and it's going to be on point every time.
Yeah.
And honestly, these is what, the third year we've done this. I measure it by heart attacks we've had when the site goes down. But I mean, it keeps getting better. This is not the 2023. This is the 2024.
Yeah.
He outdoes himself every time. It's incredible, and it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do as working in a factory and blending is trying to keep it the same or better, and he over delivers.
Yeah. I have every release from this, from the Barbara, and I'll say every year they taste like the same. Like there's no variation. Like they get better with age, sure, but like every year you get it, it tastes like a Barbara. It does not taste like a watered down version, or they didn't get the leaf right. Like whatever they're doing for QC, he nails it every year.
Every time.
Is this Noxa or is this Hoya?
No, that's a damn good question, and I don't know the answer to that. I was thinking Noxa,
Yeah.
but I could be totally wrong. But in my heart of hearts, I feel like it's Noxa.
Yeah. Either way, QC at each factory's dead nuts on. Like they're very good, both Hoya and Noxa.
And it's always tasted like a Noxa expression to me. Their repertoire of tobaccos have that strong woodiness to them.
Yeah.
We have a question here from our buddy Sosa. He wants to know what's the strongest, most intense cigar that Small Batch has in their inventory. He's a pepperhead, like straight pepperhead. Loves it.
Man, okay. So I went through a severe pepper phase end of last year, especially with the seasons turning and you want something that's going to hold up in the fall and winter. And Dunbarton's Mi Querida Papasaka, that cigar, pepper for days, loved everything about it. If you want a Connecticut in the morning, HVC hot cake, golden line with the pepper, it's a love or hate thing, but that pepper is strong in that Connecticut, probably the strongest. I mean, it's like porcelain when they first came out, that first release. It was like they just dipped it in pepper juice. It's wild.
Yeah.
Wild. But the strongest would probably end up being an LFD, man. I feel like the actual cumulative nicotine effect on the body is almost always something from LFD. It's not the strongest body or intensity, but the nicotine effect. Strong stuff.
It's like if we're going off nicotine, I was really surprised by was it the first cigar we had, that Davidoff? The Winston Churchill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
You could watch us
Yeah.
smoke that cigar on that live stream, and like by the end of it, everyone is just slowly
like-
like sinking in their chair, and we're like, man, I'm starting to feel this cigar. Like that was a sneaky,
Yeah.
nicotine hit.
Just turned to putty by the end. Just was
Yeah.
just like Play-Doh, just melting.
Yeah.
Dude, the night after we did that is when I reviewed the definition Defajero. I was just like, I'm gonna smoke Connecticut's for just days after this, man, because I was just like, good God, those are two very strong cigars.
Yeah.
There it is.
Just for you low T guys. You've been talking to my doctor again, Nick. Come on, dude. And Nick's right. Not all of Dunbarton's store exclusives are equal. I don't want to call any store exclusives out, but I had a newer released one that came out probably last week or the week before, and it was not for me. And I love Dunbarton, man. Like 95% of the stuff Steve makes is like tailored for me. But that one yesterday, that was a miss.
Dang.
I still love you, Steve. He doesn't watch this. It's fine.
It's just
Don't
the
cancel
SBC
us, Steve.
exclusives, man. Those are the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think, and I'm totally biased here, but I honestly think our exclusives are top notch.
Because the pony's great. The BDX Blanc is the SBC exclusive, right?
Kinda,
The
I
Corona
think one of the
Gorda.
sizes is the Corona Gorda.
That size?
It may end up being nationwide eventually, but for now, it's our exclusive. Yeah.
So that one's great. The pony's the best Castagli.
Yeah,
That
and
barb
the-
was freaking great.
There's also the Hyperion that people speak highly of.
Great cigar.
Yeah.
I've yet
I
to
still
have that
miss
one.
La Comina Reinas.
What was that one? Because I haven't heard of that one until tonight.
It was warped in the La Comina,
Yeah.
but it was a Bellicoso. But the first release had a lot of that Unico Especial heat to it. It was just man, right up front, lots of oomph. I think the second or third release was a little more floral and softer, but they're always really good. The Sleeping Beauty from Caldwell, it was the King is Dead line. Long live the King is Dead line. But it was tapered on both ends, so it was like a chocolate nuance smorgasbord throughout from start to finish.
Huh.
Crazy.
Very cool. Those are no longer available, are they?
They might be redone.
Okay.
Yeah, we might be getting them back in soon.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, Pony Express, insane.
Mhm. I didn't know about the Express. I've smoked the Pony before, and then I think it was Matt was like, "You got to smoke the box press. It's freaking awesome." And then I love the original Pony. I think that's a great cigar. And then I got the box press. They were great. Yeah.
The Calico is very good. The Calico is very good. The Pyramid, very good cigar, but the Pony Express kicks that one to the side. It's that much better.
Yeah. Yeah, in Casada, they did a 40th Petite Bellicoso for us that if you like pepper, but you don't want a pepper bomb, you don't want the flavor of pepper with like some Ritz cracker and some soft breads in there. Yeah, it's a tiny guy, but it's so incredibly good.
Interesting.
Ooh, Viaje. Oh,
yeah,
my
Eric wants
gosh.
to know. Eric wants to know.
Yeah, what can I tell you about Viaje? Not much. They don't tell us much either.
Undisclosed. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get a whole lot of information. There's probably more information on his Instagram than there is anywhere else on Earth about Viaje. I just know that I try everyone I can get my hands on just to experience it in case of my ass. The Grand Slam blew me away for the ring gauge. I don't normally go that high, but it was incredible. I haven't tried the Vampire Mist, Vampire something. Haven't tried that one yet, but looking forward to it soon.
Okay. And Steve here asks, he wonders why your reviews seem to end before the cigars are halfway through. What's up with that, Dave?
Well, you know what, Steve? Thank you for reminding me. I haven't really reviewed anything this year. It's been too cold. So it's hard because I can't really give a review, right? Like an unbiased, rate it, score it, all that kind of stuff. So when I first started trying to get back into the review game for small batch, I thought, okay, let me tell you what the experience is like. But then we also had so many other things going on with the Val and whatnot. I didn't have an hour and a half to do a full beginning to nub review. So then I thought, okay, let me just give you the nuts and bolts of what I can, so you know what to expect, because that's my job as a tobacconist. And then let you score it yourself, or let these guys really get the rating, because this is what they do. You're supposed to be critical. I'm supposed to guide you on will you like it or not.
Yeah. And it's hard. I mean, when you're the head of a company, you don't want to be like dogging on cigars, because if it's something you smoke and you don't like, there's a chance there's a ton of people that like it. So if you put out a review saying, this thing sucks, then it's like, well, how does that look? Because, hey, man, that's my favorite cigar. Like, what the hell? So you kind of have to play it safe at times too with certain stuff like that.
Absolutely. And just so nobody's confused, I'm not the head of the company.
Right.
I end up being the face in some regards, because what we do with social medias and whatnot. But yeah, totally right, man. Like different strokes for different folks. If I don't like it, doesn't mean it's a bad cigar. It just means it's not a cigar for me personally.
Yeah. And that goes with the Barba tonight. Like, that's usually an S tier cigar for me, but it had a slower start tonight. So I'll rate the cigar like in that moment. And sometimes I'll smoke cigars that I love and I just have one and it doesn't hit that night. And, I'll put like a C tier rating on it. And someone's like, I thought you loved that cigar. Like, I do, but maybe I got a bad one. Maybe I ate something that didn't agree with it, or I didn't drink something that paired with it. Like, it's case by case, and try everything, don't necessarily rely on reviewers. Like, obviously see what people are saying about stuff, but at the end of the day, like, until you light up a cigar, you won't know if you like it or not.
Yeah, I've tried to be a lot more judicious in my reviews towards the end when I rate it, and in saying this is my palate, this is my experience tonight, versus saying like this is universally a whatever rated cigar.
Yeah, and that's why at the end of the reviews, even though I normally do cut it short about halfway through, I try to post what other people are saying about that cigar, because honestly, that's way more important than any one person. But with that being said, once you find somebody that you like what they like more often than not, that's your guy or gal. That's the ride or die.
Yeah. And it always hurts when one of your favorite reviewers like shits on one of your cigars too. You're like, come on, man, what the hell? I thought we were the same. It happens, man. It happens.
It happens.
Sorry. Had a big blacks or S tier. I don't care what you say. So is the bronze back, Roger.
Bronze back. We're talking about spicy things earlier. Bronze back. Yes.
It is spicy,
the bane.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
In the best way possible.
Oh no, man.
Whittlebacks has a question here. What are the 3 most abundant brands in your personal humidor? What do you think, Dave? What do you stockpile in your humidor?
Davidoff, Stom, Padron. Yeah, aside from Val, that's a given.
Yeah. Davidoff. Okay, I didn't know you were a Davidoff guy.
Oh yeah.
Are you more like the light stuff, or do you like the late hour, the darker shade stuff?
I mean, the Nicaragua is incredible. The year ofs are almost always incredible. The Winston Churchills, I think, are a cut above. I know this year is a little more controversial. I think the Nicaraguan fillers are just a little bit aggressive right now, but will probably die down a little bit soon. But yeah, the Winston Churchill LEs, man, I hunt for those guys. So good.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do.
What about you guys? What's on your humidors?
Oh, for us, top brands? That's interesting. I mean, I'll go first just because I'm in my humidors all the time and I know it's there. For me, Dunbarton. I got about like 8 Tupperdoors of Dunbarton stuff. Then probably Fuente. Got a lot of Fuente stuff. And then Selected is probably my 3rd most stocked stuff in my collection. Yeah. I don't know about these guys.
I don't have the most stock of them right now, but Fuente's one I absolutely love. I'm a huge fan of Warped, and I'm a big fan of Foundation.
What about you, Roger? What's in that cooler of yours? Just straight Opus, right?
Opus
No,
all
dude,
day.
I got a lot of mix of stuff, man. I when I can stock up like on Atabay, that's what I find myself consistently getting. I got a lot of Fuente stuff just because like the daily stuff that when I do get a chance to smoke often, it's a lot of that. I have a lot of mix of stuff. I still get Romas. I still like Romas. It's just mix of stuff.
And then for you, Matt, you probably have the biggest collection out of all of us.
It's not
I-
everything.
I don't have more of one brand than others. It's a lot of everything.
Yeah. But you're not more so geared to the collecting aspect. You're more so like, I want to try everything and just review it type.
That's
Yeah.
part and parcel what I do.
Terrence is asking, he doesn't know if you can answer this, but do you guys use Maxar as like storage or vice versa? Like what's the relationship between the B&M and the online?
Oh, the B&M, the online. So I guess technically they are separate a little bit, but technically Maximar would be using small batch of storage because we would just port some things over as needed. Yeah, but they are separate. So if you go into Maximar, some things we have online are not available in store.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Yeah,
the
all different books.
I'm sure this is a really loaded question, but what's the more challenging side of the business, the e-commerce or the B&M?
Oh, it's always e-commerce because nowadays
Is it?
different states are coming online with different laws and trying to navigate that. And yeah, because Maximar has to deal with California, and small batch deals with everybody else.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes
Do you-
sense.
Do you find the inventories are different? Do you sell more like legacy stuff someplace or more boutique somewhere? Like what's that look like?
Oh yeah. So Amar will tell you that Rocky Patel is one of the biggest sellers at the B&M.
Interesting.
It's online. You get a lot more boutique stuff. Like even with Avowed, Awakening is more for the online because we cater to cigar enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And New Dawn is killing it everywhere else. Awakening is killing it specifically online. I think a lot of places too, but it's interesting to see the disparity between the two.
Sure.
Which this one's smoking
Does,
good. Look at this construction. Man.
Beautiful.
Say, does nobody care about what's in my humidor or Felipe's? Like we just
No.
Well,
overall.
listen, I'm sorry.
DEI, bro.
I mean,
DEI.
I was thinking about that, and I had
yeah.
like an answer prepared, and you just skipped over me and Felipe.
Johnny, I'm juggling a lot of
Used to
balls here, bro. It must
I'm
be
used
nice
to
to just sit back and smoke a cigar, but I'm trying to
Johnny
keep the
wants
chat
you
moving.
to Johnny wants you to juggle his balls for a little bit. Just
All
juggle
right,
Johnny's
Johnny.
balls.
Johnny, what's in your humidor, bud? What do you got?
Wow, thanks for asking, Peter. No, like my top three is Selected Tobacco, Davidoff, Placencia. However, I have primarily AJ in my humidor, then Placencia, then Selected. That's all I wanted to say. How about you, Felipe? What's your top
Well,
three?
I knew he was going to skip over me. I'm used to it, but right now I would say Principal because the Martinique is I just restocked on those. Those are amazing.
That's so good.
Foundation, I always have Foundation and Crown Heads. Those are the three right now.
Those are all great answers, everybody.
Thanks for asking.
Thank you for.
I like how Johnny he looked up to like Felipe Square when he asked him. He's like, "What do you think, Felipe?"
Johnny, I thought you were just going to say you have bundles of Pussy Magnet. That's all you have, man. That's it. Just
Oh,
bundles
shit.
and bundles.
Forgot about that cigar.
Yeah. Delicious. See, now I lost my train of thought here. Damn it, Johnny. Juggle those. Yeah. I'm not going to juggle them for too long. Javier wanted to thank you for that little tip about putting the lighter in the fridge.
Yeah. And if you're watching this at home, don't leave it in there forever. I'm sure the seals and the gaskets can get, super jacked up eventually. But 4 minutes in the fridge for me, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
And Nathaniel, the packs are available every month. If you subscribe to the pack, you will get auto build every month, and the packs will just show up like clockwork. So they're available right now. If you guys don't have one of the unbanded packs, check out Small Batch. Go ahead and sign up, make an account, grab a pack. I know a lot of guys are already getting the April packs, and someone even was like, "Hey, are we smoking out of April today?" I was like, "No, that's for April." So we got cigar number 4. So we got one more cigar in this month. So you have plenty of time to get a pack, let them rest for a little bit, and then starting April, whatever the first Thursday of April, we'll be digging into cigar number 1.
Yeah, we'll probably end up turning off membership for the April packs soon, just because Peter in his infinite wisdom wanted rest time. So
Yeah.
the way our subscription works, if you sign up on the 20th today, or I guess if you went back in time and signed up on the 20th, then they will ship on the 20th of each month. So probably 21st, 22nd, we got to cut it each month.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You also get 15% off, right, when you subscribe to the pack on future purchases. Nice.
Yep.
That's correct. Yeah, with code Charlie Uniform CU15.
Yep. And one of the perks of being in the Discord is sometimes those percentages might go higher. Sometimes you'll get other offers, exclusives. That's another fun part of being into the community, that aspect, because you can definitely get some other stuff. And Carpy sent me so many notes. He smoked the cigar and I didn't read any of them. Sorry, bud. But I read Michael, so he's going to be mad when Michael couldn't make it. Where is it? It's literally like 5 paragraphs. But he finished saying S tier. It's definitely the Barbara. It's savory, musty, a little bit of spice, hints of cocoa. It somehow achieves creaminess qualities without that like creaminess. I don't know what the hell that even means. It's unique. It's delicious. No other cigar delivers like this one. Buy a box. So there you go. That's from Carpenter.
Freaking
Phenomenal.
Carpy.
Praise. Thanks, Carpy.
Yeah. What a
With
guy.
the S tier.
What a guy. All right. So how's everybody's if you're smoking the Avowed stuff, what did you light up? And if you're not, you're smoking a Hyperion, Johnny.
I don't have any
Ooh.
Avowed, so I figured
Okay.
this was the next best option.
Absolutely. It's on
Yeah.
brand. I like it. How's that going for you, John?
I'm really enjoying this one, man. I'm actually enjoying this more than the Barbara. So it's just more my speed. Yeah, it's very good.
Which
Nice.
one did you go for? The Corona Gorda or the Toro?
I have the Toro.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's this? It's all the warped lovers, Carpy. Their palates are fucked. Hey, there's nothing wrong with warped, okay? Jesus. Some people, man. I smoked that 10th anniversary, the Don Ronaldo, yesterday
Ooh.
or the day before. That cigar got so much. It was good at the start, but it got
Told you.
so much better with like that 6 months of age on it. It was
Mhm.
crazy nutty like sweetness, like creaminess. I don't know if it's gonna beat the 10th La Comina for me, but it's close, man. Like that cigar definitely got better with age.
Nice.
Dude.
Nice.
I have
Yeah.
no buyer's remorse about accidentally buying that box. It's so
Yeah.
good now.
I got to revisit, dude. After you said that, it makes me want to try it again. So we'll see.
And the
Hopefully
10th
it's
El
the same
Oso.
experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does the 10th Don Ronaldo stack up against the regular Don Ronaldo?
I don't like the regular one. It's Warp's
Same.
weird for me. I don't like their regular production too much. And then all of the 10ths they released, I loved. And
Yeah.
then the Santra came out.
Also was good.
Yeah.
Del also 10th was good.
El Oso was very good.
So
So any of,
was crazy.
yeah, any of the 10ths I recommend. And then the Santra came out and I was like, I'm not going to like the cigar. And I loved it.
Yeah,
And then
Santra's good.
The Crocodile as well. Like the more newer Warp stuff has been up my alley for sure.
Yeah.
Bougie Peter.
Sorry, dude. I wish it wasn't that way. They're expensive.
No, we love it like that.
Yeah. Let me see if
Are
there's
you
any
guys
other-
going to PCA this year?
Matt
I
is,
think.
right?
Matthew.
Yeah,
Ah.
I think out of us here, I'm the only one going.
Man, what I look forward to every time I get to go is cornering Kyle somewhere in the bar between midnight and 3 a.m. You just ask him a lot of stupid questions because he's always forthright and just gives it to you dirty. Love Kyle.
I wish I was going to PCA because New Orleans isn't very far from Dallas, but I had an event booking, so I don't want to miss that. So, but maybe next time.
Hopefully next time, yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Kind of a loaded question here. Oh, I lost it. But it was like, how did small batch come to be? And then what's your favorite cigar, Dave?
Whew. So from what I understand, and Andrew's not here with us tonight, but Andrew started going to Maxmart Ultimate Cigars. Eventually he ended up working retail there, and his whole industry and background was data, and getting things online and getting things moving. And he approached Amara and he was like, look, we should do this. The market is ripe for it. And he really had a vision that I think was so prescient at the time, which was reverse engineering all the things he didn't like about online cigar buying and making it happen. And so he was like, look, we need free shipping. We need Bovedas included with everything. You don't need to pay for it. It needs to be part of the process. And lightning fast shipping at the same time, So Andrew really spearheaded small batch the entire experience. I didn't come on for, I don't know, 3.5 years later. And then at the time I was still a deployer. So I was just working on social media, blog articles, different things like that with the community. But yeah, Andrew he saw an opportunity, he saw a hole in what he wanted personally in the industry, made it happen. And that's how it became the juggernaut it is today. It's Andrew's visionary skills and dedication and time. I mean, he was working 7 days a week for the longest time, which is super cool. And my favorite cigar would be it's going to sound ridiculous, but the Davidoff Oro Blanco still lives in my head. I dream about that cigar.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Damn it. Don't say that, because
Yes.
now
The entire thing is one giant retrohale. And I swear, when you light it up, you're just transported to like some island somewhere, just enjoying life. And then it ends, and magically you're just like, whoa, what happened? Where'd my cigar go? 2 hours passed, and you just retrohale the entire thing. And it's just sweet and delicate and perfect and perfectly balanced.
Johnny's gonna want one more live stream. I don't know what you would call it, but
yeah, we do this dumb live stream every once in a while. It's called Burning Benjis, and it was like reviewing $100 cigars. And so we're going to be going to like flaming 50s. So we're moving the price category to like 50 to 75, like those price points. But I don't know if we'll ever get to the Oro live stream. That might be a tough pill to swallow for some of the guys on the panel.
Well, for a second, the Padron 50th anniversary is like what is that, 45 now, 40 to 50, somewhere in there. That is decadence. It is so great.
Yeah,
so
very good.
Yeah, because what's that Oro going for now? They even making it anymore?
$600, right?
It's $600.
$600, and I don't know if they are making it. I know they came out with a new one. It's sad. When the last Oro Blanco, the original, burned, it's a sad day. Sad day.
All right, Johnny, we're gonna have to figure this out, man. We're gonna have to figure this out.
Johnny's down.
Oh, I saw people asking about Skinny. Yeah, I got to smoke with Skinny today. He popped in. It was a pretty cool day. I popped into my lounge early in the day to throw something in my locker, and Michael Herklotz was there, so I got to meet him. That was cool. And then I came back a couple hours later. He had just left, but Skinny Money was there, Todd. So I got to have a cigar with Todd. That was a good time. Nice. And then the show tonight. It's been a jam-packed day.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Herklotz, is he not the best?
He is the best. Like, what a gentleman. through and through. Like what you see is
Yes.
what you get. Like just super polite. I didn't get a whole lot of time to talk to him, but you know what you see is what you get with that man. He's just awesome.
Every time.
Yeah. Twink wants to know where can he get Avowed cigars. Now we can't say .coms or anything like that, but if there's shops that you would recommend, obviously small batch, correct?
Yeah, but I actually wouldn't point anybody to that. I would say go to the website, just Google it, and then click locations. Everybody will ship. Lots of folks have websites ready to help you out. Yeah, because the last thing I want to do is undercut our retail partners. We definitely want to support them as much as possible.
Yeah. How many shops are carrying right now, roughly? Do you know?
I think right now, like 9 shops. Of course, some of them have multiple locations, and another 2 or 3 are coming online this week. Another 3 to 5 in the week after that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's a place in Connecticut that has them. Either that or they were smoking it at the shop and they took a picture. It was at the Owl shop.
Yeah, they did an event. So it's really cool because what we want to do is just like back in the day with small batch, we wanted to reverse engineer it and like consider what would we want if we were a retailer, and what do consumers want. And the number one thing we could think of was we want to slow down. We don't want to be in 500 shops this year. We want to control that growth trajectory so that we can constantly provide the aging timeline that you want to provide that luxury experience that you deserve. And so we do an invitation only approach. So we've already we've turned down people. We've told them, we'll consider it in the future, because we are not taking accounts. We are sending invitation packages to the accounts we want to work with, because we want to be in shops that take the time to learn our story, share our story with people, and that we can grow together with. We want to be full partners with these different retail shops. And it's so hard to do, and you can't do it at a massive scale. You got to start small and honestly stay small for as long as you can to really nail everything down. But yeah, they did a bourbon tasting, I believe. Might have been a Scotch tasting, but I think a bourbon tasting were the invitation.
Yeah, nice. I saw that and I was like, oh, cool. At least I know, because I'm like 30 minutes away. I work in that area too. I was like, oh, if I ever need them, I'll just grab them there.
Yeah, nice.
Very cool. Whittlebacks wants to know, is the U-boat worth picking up? Yes, it is. The U-boat is a very good exclusive. It would be one of my top 3 Dunbarton exclusives for sure. It'd be up there.
That's superb.
It'd be up there. What else? If you guys have any more questions, you want to get them in before we wrap up here. We're getting towards the end of the show. Throw them in the chat real quick.
What happens at the end? Do we have to go away?
We eventually we have to go away. Yeah, eventually. I mean, you've already lost 2 hours of sleep right now, so it's gonna be a rough one for you in the morning, Dave. And Leo said he smoked the Awakening tonight. Thanks for the recommendation. Sal gave him the recommendation. Absolute A tier for me. Nice.
Nice.
So cool. And what's so neat about Awakening, and you guys are smoking it now, it's Ligero heavy in the filler, but we aged it out to really let it harmonize with that wrapper, because the wrapper will be 10 years old later this year. And so we really wanted everything to meld and go together, and it does not taste like the amount of Ligero that's packed into that cigar, which I think is super cool.
It's smooth. Like that's what and I've smoked it a few times now, and the flavors are just smooth. Everything's really well balanced. And I feel like it could be a morning cigar, and you could definitely finish the night with it. Like it's just got a nice blend.
Yeah.
Will Awakening be will there be Awakening 2025? I mean 2026, or will or I guess 2025, since it was the 2024 this year. But like, will that be like the LE, the name for the LE, or will it just be another LE for next time?
So we could theoretically, I love how Las Calaveras is done with crown heads. I think that's such a neat thing they do each year, a different rendition, a different expression. That could be something in the future, but our next LE is going to be the Vow Higher Calling. It's based off of the Toro blend, but with higher priming tobaccos in the filler. That'll be coming out Father's Day. So realistically, Awakening 2025 or 2026 probably won't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
How far along are you guys planned out? Like, do you have LEs going into next year? Like, you're working on blends? Like, I imagine that's all stuff that's already been pretty much ironed out, and you're just kind of waiting to unravel things.
Yeah. So we've got more sizes coming out this year. We've got the LE for Father's Day and the Vow Higher Calling. We've got a whole nother brand coming out later this year that's been aging since last year. I think it's really cool. All I can really disclose at the moment is it is a Corojo wrapper. It's meant to be more intense, something you finish the day with. And the bands we're really proud of because, and I won't say the name just yet because we're still finalizing some details for trademarks and whatnot, but the bands, just like fingerprints are unique, the bands inside every box are going to be unique, which I think is pretty awesome. It's not, hyper unique, but every band will have a subtle difference here and there, which is really cool.
Nice. That's cool.
Awesome.
That's very
Yeah.
cool.
Alex Glass, thank you, man.
Thanks for the
Thank
dono,
you.
Alex. He said he heard you guys are carrying LH cigars from Cali.
Yeah. Nick
What-
Cyrus is an awesome guy. He's been around the block forever, knows his stuff. LH is, super exciting brand for us to carry.
I'll have to check them out. I don't know much about them.
Alex
he's
Glass is the
co-owner
Chamali. Sorry.
What's that, Roger?
Alex Glass is the Chamali cigar, right?
The Chamali is made in the factory that Alex, I think, has cigars made in as well.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say, Dave, about LH?
Nick is co-owner of Tobaccos de Costa Rica, and I think that is just so cool because they're doing so many awesome things. I mean, they're producing Atabey and lots of other cool brands. And if you have not tried LH yet, definitely got to give it a whirl. It's really cool.
Nice.
It's on the radar now. Sosa is asking me, but I'll throw it out to everybody. What's the one cigar you guys reach for more often than any others in your collection? I mean, it probably changes for us depending on what we've been smoking and liking, recently. But I'll say for myself, I smoked it today at the lounge, Don Carlos. Like, if I don't know what I want to smoke, and if I go to a lounge and there's not something that's eye appealing or something I want to try out, and they have Don Carlos's, I'm just going to grab a number 2, like every time, or Toro. But what about the rest of you guys?
For me right now, it's the wow, I just blanked out. But
Martinique?
The Martinique, yeah, Principal Martinique, man, can't get enough of that cigar right now.
Yeah, man. There's so many good ones. It varies for me. Like, it just depends what I'm in the mood for. I never really have one go-to. So it just varies. Like when Peter says one, then Felipe said the Martinique. It's like, oh yeah, I would grab that too. It's just there's so many good cigars right now.
Yeah.
What
about you, Matt?
I've been smoking a lot of the new Dons just because they're, it's a new cigar and they're very approachable. I'm not typically a morning smoker, but if I were a morning smoker, that'd be another great morning cigar. But variety is the spice of life. And I can't say like consistently I have a cigar that I go back to. It's just I don't. But I've been smoking a lot of new Dons lately.
What about you, Johnny?
The cigar I reach for the most would be the Atabey Black. I smell it and then I put it back down because it's so expensive and limited. And then I ultimately grab a Plasencia Amaforte Hexagon.
That's a good answer.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Dave? What's a go-to for you?
Ooh, it's a new dawn for me as well. The last year, this cigar, I thought I would enjoy it most with coffee first thing in the morning, but it's beginning to be the last like 90 days my first cigar and my last cigar of the day. The buttercream icing and nougat sweetness really shines even more at the end of the day, which is crazy. I never would have thought you could follow a Barba Amarilla with a Connecticut blend, but this one slam dunk. And then also probably Sam's BDX Blanc. I love that thing too. And Padron's Sin Compromiso is just always a winner for me.
Mm.
Always.
John, what's your go-to, man?
Last year it would have been the Don Carlos, but now it's the BDX Block. I just find myself reaching for that one
Nice.
a lot. I love that cigar, man.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Terrence wants to know, Dave, is there a way to get cigars to Utah? I get calls about this all the time. I want to refer them to someone. That's Terrence from Cigars Daily, so he works at that shop.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. No, at this time, no.
No way.
It's like
Simple answer.
it's just like air gapped from the rest of everybody else.
Sucks.
That's insane. Huh?
What is it about Utah?
It's a
Just
state
state
law.
laws. Yeah,
Can't ship tobacco there.
Colorado's getting
Oh,
hard
wow.
from what I understand. But yeah, Hawaii
Wow.
and Utah are just like no fly zones.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Can they have shops in Utah and you just
Oh,
can't
yeah.
ship? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
still crazy though. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
it is. Yeah.
We'll have to do relay services. Ship it to
Mhm.
somebody, and then we'll ship it to you. It's unfortunate, but we've done
be
it.
able to cross the border.
Yeah. And there's Carpy. Yeah, Carpy, you got an A. I know you. I think you already chimed in and said shame it should have got an S tier, but A's pretty good, bro. A's pretty good.
A plus.
A plus. There you go. All right, Felipe, did you see any other comments that we should highlight?
Yeah, no questions really.
All right, Dave, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
thank y'all for having us. We appreciate the partnership and being able to work with you guys and the camaraderie in the Discord. It's awesome.
It's been a lot of
Thank you,
fun.
Dave.
Selecting the
Thanks,
packs is a
Dave.
lot of fun. I appreciate all your, work with that, trying to make everything work and juggle things around. And it's been fun to get
Yeah.
all that together.
It has. It really has been.
Awesome. You want to plug anything on the way out? Anything coming up for small batch or avowed? Anything?
No, just thank you guys for watching, for supporting these guys and everything they do. This is the next generation of cigar media and cigar enthusiasts. So as always, please support them. If you have any questions for us, drop us a question in the Discord or email me, dave@smallbatchcigar.com. Always happy to help and answer anything we can. And thank you. Thank you, everybody.
It's awesome,
Awesome.
Dave. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
Dave.
it. And it's a lot of work, man. Making the packs is a lot of work. Unbanding, I feel bad for whoever has to do all the unbanding, rebanding. But I'll buy that guy lunch one day. Don't worry, when I stop by.
Yeah.
For sure. Anything, John, coming out this week you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'll be posting the Padron PB97 review on Saturday, so that's coming.
Nice.
Baller.
Maduro or natural?
Maduro.
Oh, so it was a good cigar. Nice.
Good
nice.
man. Good man.
Natural's good too.
It's okay. Not really. It's not as good.
It's my second favorite Padron,
Okay. What's your first favorite?
the Maduro.
Well, there you
Duh.
go. Okay. It's weird how that happens, huh? What do you got
Wow,
coming out,
just saying.
Johnny?
I don't know. Stuff. But I was thinking too, back to that previous whatever, like reaching for stuff. I'd like to start reaching for some ethyphals. When do you think
Oh, I
get
got to
them?
ship those to you. I forgot about that.
You got to hang on to them for a couple months. It's okay. Fair is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
It's
Johnny
taking them.
Johnny needed me to buy him some more ethyphal, so I was able to secure a box. I got to ship over to him. So
Good.
Can you
All
let
right.
people know that I zelled you the money, that I'm not like begging you for you to buy me
It
cigars?
bounced. It's weird. It bounced for some reason.
How does Zell bounce?
I don't know. It
Zell
just
doesn't
did.
bounce.
You should send it again though, just to make sure it worked.
Okay.
What about you, Matt? Anything coming out?
Stuff.
Just
There's always
stuff.
stuff coming out. There's always
Stuff.
videos.
There you go. Roger, how's it going over there, man?
That Year de la Culebra, it's coming out. I swear. Any day now.
Any day now. Like it. Like it. Felipe, what about you, man? What's coming?
I got to edit from Vlad sent me an insane box, like 2 boxes of cigars and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm looking forward to smoking more Som.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Very cool. And then
Did you
for
get a
us,
monster can with yours?
No, he asked, and then I was like, no, and he was pissed off about it. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. I'll buy one. It's all good.
That's
the
awesome.
perfect pairing. The perfect pairing. White Monster. And for us, next Thursday will be the last cigar in the first pack. I don't think we have anyone coming on for that episode. It's just going to be the boys. And then the first cigar in April, Sober Cigars will be with us. One Team Matt's going to be stopping by to smoke the first cigar out of that pack. So that'll be cool. The packs are still available. It'll be turned off soon. So make sure you grab one if you can. Smoke with us first Thursday of April. And I think that's it, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Dave, thanks so much, man, for everything that you do for the community, all the support.
Thank you, guys.
Love it, man. It's been awesome.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging, and we will see you next Thursday. Take it easy, guys.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Good night, everybody.